Hey everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles. I was just making sure this is working. Okay. Hi, thank you so much for being with me. I'm just going to fix this. All right, so what I decided to do today, because everybody is super, it's like this electricity energy is going on, right? So I had just finished doing a reading for a friend of mine. And by the way, I do have some readings available now, just really quick readings for like 25 bucks. So I'm going to put the link below if you really need to know something and get your reading back really quickly. You can choose that option. So it'll be down below in the comments. But I really felt like I needed to do an angel message from these particular cards for us today. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm focusing on number 4. So I'm going to choose 4 cards and shuffle these and bring forward the messages. So I hope this finds you happy and well. I also wanted to let you know that tomorrow afternoon I'm just getting message bombed at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm going to be here doing readings for you guys as well in a live show. And I'm really not focusing on the election or any of that energy or whatever. So we're just focusing on moving forward from that energy and focusing on holding the light, staying completely positive as we're moving through these different changes, etc. So we have to be super strong. This is where we need to be the strongest perhaps that we've been throughout this whole year is right now, because there's so much division and confliction and sort of conflicting ideas and different people saying things and upsetting and all that sort of stuff. So we're going to have to be careful, okay? So I really wanted to get some messages for you all from the angels. I have a webinar coming up soon on the 21st on Gods and Goddesses of Egypt, which is going to be really interesting. Everything's been discounted at my website. So I have a new easy-to-use store, BDevineOnline.com. So check that out as well. And you can find there the $25 real quick reading. Really easy to do. Send me your questions and away we go. And you'll get your reading back really quickly. Okay. What do you have to say, angels? Rather than, well, the message I keep on getting is just stay calm. Enjoy yourself. Okay. Everything's going to be okay. All right. All right. So I'm just getting these 4 messages. All right. And then we'll see what comes up. I have the monthly readings coming up on Patreon. Yay. We just did a big webinar on Wednesday, which was awesome, on shamanic journeying. Of course, whenever you join Patreon, whenever you join, you get access to everything that's been there before anyway, so you get all of it. Okay, let's start. First card. Someone needed to know there was a wedding coming. Marriage is the union of 2 souls joined in love, mutual respect and commitment. It signifies a desire to deepen love over time. And your wedding day is a testament to your well-founded faith in love's power. Continually breathe life into that faith and love, dearest one. So it's talking about celebration, whether you want to, whether it's a wedding for you, literally, or whether it's a commitment that you are making to yourself at this time, which is super important as well. That the wedding energy is there as walking through this doorway into a brand new life. The color of, the white, and I'll have to hold it back here so I don't look orange. But the white wedding dress signifying your purity and your transition. So from one phase of your life into the next. And obviously that is happening right now for all of us. Oh, there's this little bug. That's happening right now for all of us. And you can see the joy here. So it doesn't need to be a difficult process for this transitional part. And sometimes we see the transition as the death card or the coffin card in Lenormand, etc. But here it's like stepping forward into your spirituality, into the direction that you want to go into for your own highest good. Not so much what somebody else wants you to do, and maybe this is a forward movement that you've recently made for yourself as well. Okay, so the next card is energy work. All right, so life can be electrifying because its very essence is energy. Your body is a remarkable energy field that will positively respond to loving treatments, right? Your hands and heart are activated to give healing energy to your loved ones and clients as well. So, despite what you may think about yourself, every single one of you are a facilitator of healing energy. You are able to focus your thoughts on someone else's wellness and tap into their energy field. It's really simple. It's something that you may call empathy even, right? You may be feeling like you're always absorbing other people's energy, but use it for your benefit. So many times there are those who feel their energy pulled in so many directions and don't quite know how to bring themselves into their own being or into their own alignment. And self-healing in this case is a must. Self-healing is a must for everybody anyway. And understanding that whatever it is that you say, whatever it is that you're declaring, whatever it is that you want to have happen, you can say the right words like, I am healthy, I am abundant, I don't have that issue, I used to have this problem, I don't get this anymore. Talking yourself into a new way of thinking, like you talked yourself into the old way of doing things, which created chaos. All right, so energy work is not even about so much of putting hands on other people and I'm the best and all that sort of stuff. And we know that there are people that do that and say that, you know, and throughout my time, I've had people tell me how powerful they are and how they can just touch someone and, you know, suddenly that person is healed. And I just can't believe that because it doesn't come from them in the first place, you know. All healing energy is universal energy of some kind, connecting with your angels or connecting with universal power or whatever it is through you as a conduit and out to the person, right? So, you know, if someone says to you, I can just do this for you and that'll be it, then they haven't looked at all of the ways in which a person thinks and doubts and can cast aside all of the healing energy and say, oh, well, you know, that didn't work, because they haven't changed their way of thinking, or they haven't addressed trauma, or they haven't addressed pain, or they haven't addressed connection to family, or they haven't addressed rejection, or they haven't addressed all of these different emotions that they've experienced as being okay. They've just gone, oh, I felt that way and that's bad and I don't know how to get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? All of you have the ability to work with healing energy and help others to help themselves. And, you know, you're all being called upon right now. If you can focus on wellness, and that's your duty, then that's it, you know. If that's your energy healing focus, is I'm just going to focus on someone being well, then that's doing an awful lot, you know, more than you can imagine. Because when someone has wellness, you know, it's a ripple effect that goes out around the globe. It does so much more than wishing upon someone harm or someone thinking to themselves they could never get better. That does a lot of harm. It's a unbalanced energy. Okay, so energy work is coming up for you. You may be called to work with someone. You may be called to work with your own energy, work with your own abilities. But you are definitely called to send out love and lights from your heart to the world anytime you want to. That's always going to have a ripple effect that is very beneficial. And when people are ready to open up, they feel it, you know. And there's a bluebird outside. I don't think it's a blue jay, it's just a bluebird, which is cute. Okay, the next card, I'm just hoping it comes past. I was going to press this so you could see it, but I don't think we can. All right, so the next card is Blessing in Disguise. So what appears to be a problem is actually part of your answered prayer. You'll understand the reasons behind your present situation as everything resolves. Trust in heaven's protection and infinite wisdom to answer your prayer in the best way. So what appears to be a problem is actually part of your answered prayer. There is a blessing in disguise, and it's a good way of thinking to always expect a blessing in disguise for yourself and your family and your friends and life and all that sort of stuff. It's a really good practice to try to see the positive in every single situation. This is happening now. Okay, there's going to be a brilliant outcome. Okay, we don't have much money right now. Okay, that's because there's a whole lot more on its way to us, and the universe is taking care of things, etc. We're not feeling so well right now. That's okay. I'm just going to focus on who I've been hanging around and what I've been listening to and what I've been reading, and adjust my energy. You know what I'm saying? I want to open up my abilities. Well, I'm just going to stop telling myself that I have to open them up more. I'm going to tell myself that I'm already able. I can already do this. And maybe it's not in the way that I'm imagining it. So, reprogramming your mind into seeing your abilities in a different way. A feeling, a thought, a sign, getting a feeling out of somebody's energy or something like that, is all your abilities. Having dreams at night, how you see in dreams, it's just like bits and pieces of stuff. That's how your clairvoyance is, bits and pieces of stuff. It's very rarely a huge big movie that you get to tune into for a couple of hours and go, whoa, that's what's happening? Oh my God. Right? It's rarely like that. You get snippets of information that you need to piece together. Past life stuff is exactly the same as well. But there is a blessing in disguise. Something is just around the corner. So just be open to it and say, okay, I expect blessings in my life every day. And the last one is Kangaroo. I had the Kangaroo a couple of times. Giving and receiving. So, the entire universe operates in cycles similar to your inhalations and exhalations. When you only exhale or give, or only inhale or receive, you become out of rhythm with the universe. For optimal health, energy, and replenishment, balance each inhalation in your life with an exhalation. Okay? Some people have a hard time accepting. Some people have a hard time receiving. So for example, they're always like, oh, I'll do it, or I'll get that. Oh, let me fix this. Oh, I'll make you something. I'll do this for you. Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I'll just send you all of this, energy, and you can give it back to me later or something. You're always like, oh, let me help, right? Putting your hand up, because perhaps part of your energy, and maybe even as a child, was like, oh, I'm just going to make sure that everybody's okay. And oh, there's a problem. Okay, so I'm just going to be really, really good and make sure that everybody around me also thinks that I'm really good and I'm not going to get in trouble for anything, just for example. Or you may be thinking to yourself, I just got to smooth everything out. I'm the peacekeeper. I'm the one that, figures everything out, kind of thing. But what can happen is that if you're always doing this, then inside of you, you start to get annoyed, and it may be very subtle at first, but you start to get annoyed when you don't see those things coming back to you. You're like, I just gave that to that person and I didn't receive anything in return. And it's like, are you giving for the sake of giving, for it to be in service, or are you giving because you expect something back? A lot of people say they don't want anything back in return. They just want to be able to give because it's super hard for them to receive something. And the reason why it's hard for you to receive something is because every time you've gotten something in your past, maybe even as a child or whatever, it had strings attached to it. Well, I'm going to give you this, but you need to give it back to me, or you need to do this for me, or I'll give you $10 if you go and do that. There's always a string attached, so it may be hard for you to accept from someone else because you're thinking, well, what do I have to do for this? or what are they going to expect from me, or, you know, all that sort of kind of jazz, right? But all of that sort of stuff blocks you. It does. It blocks you in so many ways. You won't see how wonderful you are. You won't see how wonderful your life can be because you're waiting for the shoe to drop every 10 seconds, right? There's got to be something that happens. I know that if this has happened, then there's something that's, you know, that kind of thought process has to change for your life to go into this flow, giving and receiving. If you don't want to give to somebody just and think to yourself, well, I really don't care if I don't get anything back, I just want to help them, you know, then if you're not giving in that kind of capacity, then it's not really giving, it's expectation. And you're doing that perhaps because you've always had an expectation on someone's giving to you, or they've had an expectation of what you need to do. So the balance needs to be there. Forgive yourself for all of these imbalances and just let go of all of that old energy and all that stagnant stuff and say, as I give, I receive. It's good for me to receive. There doesn't need to be any strings attached to it, not even from the universe, especially not from the universe. You give and the universe brings back to you. You may not get it back from somebody that you've given a whole lot of stuff to. Doesn't matter, because you're in service. You know, you have a different attitude towards it. So allow yourself, you know, give yourself permission to receive without there needing to be anything added to that. And you'll see that it starts coming, you know, and you'll be able to be more free in your giving without the other person expecting you to have to do something for that as well, them to do something for you because you've given them something or whatever. It's just a vicious circle that you can get yourself into that is actually unnecessary. So, you know, if you want to lend someone some money, only lend what you don't want back, you know, because you may not get it back, and big deal, it comes somewhere else. Maybe it comes somewhere else times 3, you know, but just have to let go of the wanting to get it back, whatever you're giving, and see the universe as ever expansive and capable of giving you more than you can actually ever imagine anyway. You don't need it from people, just accept it from the universe and see the things begin to change in your life as well. Okay, so celebrations, what have we got here? Celebrations, energy work, blessings in disguise, and giving and receiving. All right, this is what we need to just chill our energy out on right now. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the time that's here in the here and now. It's always the journey that is super important, of course. We only realize it's the journey when we look back and go, God, all this was happening and it was all building up to this. How many times has that happened to you? You know, where you never knew that that was a pivotal moment in your life. So we kind of have to learn from those things and just one day at a time, you know, it's all we can do. Be responsible for your energy only. You don't have to be responsible for anything or anybody else. You can only be responsible for you, and be in detachment of negative energy, that's for sure. Okay? All right. And don't forget, special deals going on, of course. I can help you with just about anything in your life. And away you go with it into a new energy. So looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, 4 p.m. Mountain Time. Of course, check the community tab as well, because that will show you what's going on and also the schedule of what's happening. And then again, we'll be next Friday the 13th, gonna do a spooky theme with my husband and I, of course, having some fun on YouTube and Facebook at the same time too. So this should be awesome. And we get to do another dress-uppy thing or something, I guess. And until the next time, sending you lots of love, many, many blessings, and goodbye for now.